And so the tale of Finn's calming adventure echoed through the ages, a reminder that even the most frightening fears can be calmed, that negativity can be replaced with positivity, and that a little bit of courage goes a long way in dispelling the darkness. In the beginning, there was only chaos. In that chaos, there was an immense, eternal darkness. But from the darkness, something stirred. It stretched and yawned, and then it cried out, a sound that split the chaos like a shard of glass. And in that moment of creation, light was born. The first creature to ever exist looked upon the world that it had made, and it loved it. With all the power that came with being the only thing that existed, it shaped the land and filled it with life, happy, carefree creatures who lived in harmony with each other and with their world. But soon it grew bored, so it took a handful of clay and molded it into a new creature. It gave this one sharper teeth and claws, stronger limbs and darker skin, and then it breathed life into it and sent it out into the world. This creature was strong and powerful and wild, and it liked it that way. It was free to do as it pleased. At first, it just wanted to explore its world and see what it was like. But as it explored, it noticed the other creatures, all living their simple lives, eating and sleeping and raising their young, and it wanted what they had, their carefree joy. But it didn't know how to live like that. Its instincts told it to hunt and kill and destroy, but nothing in its nature told it to be gentle, kind, or caring. Then, as if by magic, the Creator appeared before it and spoke. "You have caused fear and pain and suffering," it said. "And now you are unhappy because you have unleashed all this negativity into the world. But I am here to tell you that you don't have to live like this. You can choose to be better, to be good." And the wild creature looked up at the Creator in surprise. "How can I be good? That is not in my nature," it asked. The Creator smiled. "That is where I come in. From this day forward, you will be known as the bringer of darkness, and you will live in the shadows of this world. And whenever anyone needs help, whenever they feel lost or alone or afraid, you will be there to guide them back to the light. You will be their hero." The bringer of darkness felt a warmth inside of him that he had never felt before. He wanted to be a hero, to help others, and to make the world a better place. He wanted to be good. So the bringer of darkness set out across the land, looking for someone to help. He walked for many days, but he saw no one. Then, as the sun began its slow descent toward the horizon, he heard a small voice calling out for help. He followed the sound until he came upon a clearing where he saw a young girl sitting on the ground, crying. "Are you all right?" he asked her. The girl jumped up in fright and stared at him with wide, terrified eyes. Who are you?" she stammered. "I'm here to help you," he said gently. "Why are you crying?" The girl hesitated, then took a deep breath and told him about how she had been playing with her friends when she wandered off and got lost. "I've been walking for what feels like hours, trying to find my way back to the village, but I can't find it," she said, her voice shaking. "Don't worry," the bringer of darkness said. "I'll help you find your way home." And with that, he put his arm around her shoulder and started walking her toward the edge of the forest. As they walked, the girl told him about how much fun she had with her friends, about how she loved to play hide and seek among the trees, and how she couldn't wait to tell them about her adventure. The bringer of darkness listened patiently, and as he did, he felt a sense of peace and happiness wash over him. For the first time in his life, he understood what it meant to be good, to be kind, to be a hero. When they reached the edge of the woods, the girl stopped and turned to face him. "Thank you," she said. "You helped me get home." "It was my pleasure," he replied. "If there's anything you need, don't hesitate to call for me." The girl smiled. "I will," she promised. Then she turned and ran toward the village, where her friends and family were waiting for her. The bringer of darkness watched her go, and as he did, he knew that this was where he was meant to be, helping others, making the world a better place. And so he continued his journey, walking the earth and searching for those who needed his help. He didn't know where he would go or who he would meet, but he didn't need to know those things. All he needed to know was that he was there to help, to be a hero. As the years passed, the bringer of darkness became a legend, a figure of hope and salvation for all those who knew his story. People would tell tales of his bravery and kindness around campfires, and children would listen with wide eyes, dreaming of the day they might meet him and ask for his help. But the bringer of darkness was more than just a legend. He was real, and he was still walking the earth. One day, as he was walking through a forest, he heard a cry for help. He stopped and listened. Yes, someone needed his help. He followed the sound of the voice and soon came upon a clearing. And in that clearing, he saw a boy standing over the body of a wounded bird. "Please help him," the boy cried. "I don't want him to die." The bringer of darkness knelt down beside them and examined the bird. It had been injured in a trap, and its wing was badly broken. "Don't worry," the bringer of darkness said. "I'll take care of him." And with that, he picked up the bird and started working to repair its wing. He used vines to splint the broken bone and leaves to keep the wound clean. Then he gave the bird some water and food and tucked it into a bed of soft moss. "Take care of him," he told the boy. "Make sure he doesn't escape and try to fly before his wing is healed." The boy nodded eagerly and promised to do everything the bringer of darkness asked of him. Then the bringer of darkness stood up and started walking away. "Wait," the boy called after him. "What's your name?" The bringer of darkness turned around and smiled. "You can call me Finn," he said. From that day on, the boy visited Finn often, bringing him food and water and helping him care for the bird. One day, the bird's wing was fully healed, and Finn let the boy hold him while he taught him how to fly again. It was a beautiful sight to see, the three of them together, a boy, a man, and a bird, all brought together by an act of kindness and compassion. As the sun began its slow descent toward the horizon, Finn felt a sense of peace and happiness wash over him. He knew that he had found his purpose in life to help others and to make the world a better place. And he knew that he would continue to do that for as long as he lived. For Finn, the bringer of darkness was more than just a legend. He was a hero who had once been lost in the shadows, but who had found his way back to the light with the help of a small, scared girl and a wounded bird. And as the years passed, his story became a legend itself, a story that reminded everyone who heard it that even the darkest of hearts could be saved, that even the smallest of acts of kindness could change the world, and that sometimes the greatest heroes are the ones we least expect.